Welcome, everyone. I call this January 27th, 2026 meeting of council to order at 6 p.m. The meeting will be held in a hybrid manner where members of council, staff, and the public can participate electronically. This meeting is being live streamed and recorded and will be available on the township website. Notice is hereby provided that under the authority of the Municipal Act 2001 and in accordance with Municipal Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act, that all information attained is considered part of the public record. All rules apply to the meeting as if everyone was attending in person, and if there is a problem with the technology impacting the proceedings of the meeting may be recessed. In the case of an emergency or fire, please make your way to the nearest exit in a calm and orderly manner. Now I would ask everyone that can to rise for the national anthem. We acknowledge that we are being hosted on the ancestral lands of the Haudenosaunee, Mississauga, and Omama-Wenini people. We acknowledge and welcome the presence of all Indigenous people, including the Métis, Inuit, and other First Nations from across this vast land, who also make this place home. The lands we are on today are recognized in the Two-Row Wampum, Dish with One Spoon Treaty, Treaty 27, and the Crawford Purchase. Okay, so first up, confirmation of agenda. Do I have a mover for confirmation? Councillor Broderick, do you mind just reading it? Councillor Broderick?
I would move that the agenda of the January 27th, 2026 meeting of council be confirmed as circulated.
So moved, seconded by Councillor Willis. Call the question. All in favor? Motion is passed. Are there any declarations of pecuniary interest this evening for the meeting this evening? Councillor Parks.
Thank you. I'm going to declare a conflict on 11.1 as I've been rostered by one of the physicians.
11.1, okay. Any other declarations? Councillor Broderick.
I'll do the same on the same item.
11.1, okay. Any other declarations this evening? Seeing none. Open forum. So open 15 minutes of the meeting has been set aside for open forum. Any individual may address council regarding an item on the agenda, excluding matters under the Statutory Public Meeting section on the same agenda. Each person has 3 minutes to speak. Anyone wishing to speak can register in advance with the clerk's division, which we did not have anyone register, or raise their hand. And if participating virtually, use the raised hand feature in Zoom. So I am going to go to the Zoom audience. If there's anyone in the Zoom audience that wishes to speak, please use the raised hand feature and we can bring you into the audience.
Mr. Mayor, I don't see anyone in the Zoom audience.
Thank you. Okay, so update on physician recruitment incentive program. Now the CAO. Welcome.
Thank you.
Did you have anything to add to the report?
No, nothing further, Your Worship.
Council, we have the report before us with recommendation. Would someone like to make a motion? Deputy Mayor Tenai.
I move that the report from the CAO's office dated January 27th, 2026, re-update on physician recruitment program be received, that council authorize the mayor and CAO to execute agreements with Dr. Jamil, Dr. Munir, Dr. Falusi, and Dr. Adelwi for the physician recruitment incentive, and that council approve further funding of $20,000 from the Working Fund Reserve for 2026 if necessary.
So moved. Seconded by Councillor Budrick. Any comments from the mover?
Just my thanks to the CAO for all her work on this. I know she's worked very hard on this. This has been a priority of council from the beginning of our term, and it's so nice to see it continue to go from success to success.
Thank you. Seconder? Other members of council? I just want to say thank you as well. I've had very positive feedback. It's great to see the residents really happy that they finally have a doctor and there's opportunities there for them. Yes.
If I kind of provide a bit of an update as well, as I spoke with the recruiter who's essentially the one involved with bringing these doctors here after I published this report. So this is a interesting model where a company is interested in essentially helping pharmacies with their business by setting up clinics within a pharmacy, and then they work on recruiting physicians here. The model is where the pharmacist then manages the head lease, and then the physician and the clinic only pay overhead to this company to sort of manage the clinics. The company doing this is Verizmo Health, and they have 33 clinics throughout Ontario. And we're looking and ran out of spaces for these kind of functions in the GTA, and we're looking and look to Loyalist Township because of our incentive. And in fact, one of the doctors that's in Bath now was going to go to Kingston, but Kingston, their money had run out, and so they didn't have the incentive available this year, and so they came to us. And that's really great. But the even better news is that he feels that they're looking at expanding and doing renovations in Amherstville and in Bath to add 2 or more physicians. So potentially this could be great. And we do just need to, as I said in there, monitor how many Loyalist residents they get to see. And I've begun talks with Kingston and neighboring municipalities for them to pay the incentive. So if a doctor does set up here but doesn't fully roster Loyalist residents and sort of shares in that we can benefit as a region to through this model. So it's very good news story, and something we're just watching out for.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So back to the mover for final. Call the question. All in favor? Motion is passed.
Could I just ask a question?
Yes,
Could you make sure I'm listed as abstaining on that as I declared an interest?
yes, yes. Both Councillor Parks and yourself. Yes. Establish a part of a public highway, West Street. Did you have anything to add to the report?
Mr. Mayor, I don't have any other comments.
Deputy Mayor Townend.
Through you, Your Worship, I would move that the report from the Clerk's Division dated January 27th, 2026, re-establish a part public highway, West Street, be received, and that bylaw 2026-4, a bylaw to establish Part 11 on Plan 29R 11394, being part of PIN 45128-0418 as part of the public highway known as West Street, be enacted and passed.
So moved. Seconded by Councillor Prodrick. Any comments from the mover? Seconder? Other members of council? Call the question. All in favor? Motion is passed. And notices of motion. Are there any notices of motion to be presented this evening? Seeing none, are there any direct motions to be presented this evening? Seeing none, consent agenda. All of the items can be dealt with one motion unless any is extracted. Does anyone have an item they wish to extract this evening? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion for all. Councillor Prodrick. Oh, yes.
14.2, if Andrea could speak to that item to council regarding a correction.
Okay. Make a motion first to put it on the floor and then her speak? Is that the correct procedure or should she speak first?
You don't need to pull the item. So if council desires, she could come up and speak to the correction and then you could
Then the motion?
pull it if you like. Yes.
Perfect. Please come forward. And that was item 14.2?
Yes, that's
Correct?
correct.
Okay.
Yes, through your worship, I just wanted to flag an error in the building activity report. There, on page 3, which the chart shows a significant construction value for a permit in March and November. This, however, is only one permit, so the value was double counted. That's because it was a conditional permit in March and then a final permit in November, so it got counted twice. Because it was a significant value, that does skew the numbers quite a bit. So rather than the December total construction value falling in $97,787,391. The total permit construction value is $72,787, which is about $22 million less than last year, but about $14 million greater than the average.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions from council on the change? Okay. Thank you. Now I would entertain your motion, Councillor Prodrick.
I would recommend that the items in the consent agenda dated January 27th, 2026 be approved as presented and that necessary action be taken.
So moved. Seconded by Deputy Mayor. Any comments from the mover? Seconder? Other members of council? Call the question. All in favor? Motion is passed. Are there any announcements this evening? Councillor Prodrick.
I just briefly wanted to report on my experience at Roma. Again, a lot of the things seem to look at infrastructure, mental health, housing, education, hospital care, a lot of provincial responsibilities, let's say, and again, lots of good things being done, and I'm going to leave it at that. And I also want to give a shout out to my favorite wrestler, Annie Neiman, who became a Pan Am participant. She qualified for the Pan Am Games this weekend, representing Canada, somewhere warmer than this in the fall.
Very good. Thank you. Councillor Willis.
I also had the opportunity to attend the Roma conference last week, and in addition to the plenary sessions and 2 delegations with ministries, I was able to attend a session on raising corporate sponsorships, which is timely given the W.J. Henderson project, and strengthening rural vitality through arts and culture, which was helpful now that we're looking at our arts and culture master plan. And also a thank you to our tremendous roads crews, who this weekend really made the storm of the century so far not very difficult for us, as our roads were cleared up the next day. And thanks also to the many neighbors who stepped up. So many stories on Facebook about neighbors who cleared driveways and sidewalks and things for people. And being a spinster who benefited from that, I'm appreciative of the neighbors with the snow blowers.
Thank you. Any other comments this evening? Being none? Confirmatory bylaw. Deputy Mayor.
I move that bylaw 2026-5 to confirm the proceedings of the Council of Loyalist Township be enacted and passed, and that the mayor and clerk be authorized to sign and seal.
So moved. Seconded by Councillor Willis. Any comments? Call the question. All in favor? Motion is passed. And a motion to adjourn. Would someone present? Counselor Prodrick? So moved, seconded by Deputy Mayor. All in favor? Motion is passed.